I used to take my eyesight for granted. Most people do, I suppose. You open your eyes and there the world is your kitchen, your garden, your children's faces, the colors, like old friends. You never think about losing it until the world starts fading one shade at a time. At first I didn't even notice. My eyes had always been a little sensitive, prone to dryness, quick to tire. When I turned 70, things got a little blurrier at night. When I turned 73, I struggled to read the fine print on medicine bottles. When I turned 75, the edges of my vision seemed softer, darker somehow. But I told myself it was age. Everyone loses a little clarity with time. I had cataracts once. Maybe they were coming back. I had glasses already. Maybe I just needed a new pair. That's what I kept telling myself, even when the truth was far more dangerous. My doctor had mentioned glaucoma years ago during a routine checkup. "Your eye pressure is a little high," he said. "I'd like to monitor it." He gave me a prescription for eye drops, told me to use them every night. I took them home, placed them in the bathroom drawer, and then forgot. Not intentionally, not maliciously, just the forgetfulness that comes with aging and the belief that things which don't hurt aren't serious. The eye pressure didn't hurt. My vision still mostly worked, so why worry? Glaucoma is called the silent thief of sight. Silent because there is no pain, no dramatic warning, no sudden blackout. Just the slow narrowing of vision, so gentle and subtle you don't even see it happening until it's too late. I wish someone had told me that louder. I wish I had listened. Over the years, the world dimmed in ways I didn't want to admit. I tripped over a rug once and blamed the rug. I bumped into the edge of the counter and blamed the counter. I missed grabbing a glass on the table and blamed distraction. Every little accident, every misstep, every misjudgment, I always found a reason that wasn't my eyes. Pride makes you blind long before glaucoma does. My daughter Melissa started noticing how I squinted at the television, how I leaned closer to see her face, how I held books practically against my nose. She said gently, "Mom, you should get your eyes checked." I brushed her off with a laugh. "They're just old eyes, honey. Nothing new." But she looked worried, not amused. I didn't take her fear seriously because fear feels exaggerated when it comes from someone younger. I remember the first time I couldn't see something that should have been obvious. I was watering my garden, moving slowly between the roses, and I stepped on one of my gardening tools without realizing it was there. I felt the metal under my shoe only after my ankle twisted. Melissa was furious when she found out. "Mom, you could have been hurt." I shrugged. It was just an accident, but accidents piled up, each one a warning I dismissed. One afternoon, the world dimmed suddenly, like someone had lowered a shade inside my left eye. It lasted only seconds, but it frightened me. I sat down waiting for clarity to return. When it did, instead of calling a doctor, I convinced myself it was fatigue, or dehydration, or maybe I had stood up too quickly. Anything except what it really was, a sign that my optic nerve was dying. The day everything changed was ordinary and quiet, the kind of day that should have passed without incident. I was walking down the hallway toward the kitchen when I felt off. Not dizzy, not weak, just like part of the world was missing. My peripheral vision felt narrower, like the walls had moved closer. I blinked hard. Nothing improved. I kept walking. I never saw the footstool near the kitchen counter. I used to keep it there to reach the high cabinets, a little wooden thing Gerald had built for me before he died. I didn't see it at all. Not a shadow, not a hint. Nothing. My foot collided with it and I pitched forward violently. No time to catch myself, no time to think, just the sickening sensation of falling through darkness. I hit the floor hard. The pain exploded in my hip, sharp and immediate. I screamed. I couldn't move. The world blurred with tears, and all I could think was, how did I not see it? It was right there. How did I not see it? Melissa found me hours later. I had tried to reach the phone but couldn't crawl far. She walked in groceries still in her arms and dropped everything when she saw me lying on the ground. She knelt beside me, terrified, whispering, "Mom, what happened?" I sobbed. "I didn't see it. I didn't see anything." At the hospital, the x-rays confirmed a hip fracture, a bad one. Surgery was scheduled immediately, but the doctors were more concerned about something else. During the initial exam, the ophthalmologist looked into my eyes and delivered the truth with a softness that didn't cushion the blow. "You have advanced glaucoma. Your optic nerves have been severely damaged, and the vision loss, it's permanent. Permanent." A word that settled onto my chest like a weight I couldn't lift. They told me I'd lost almost all my peripheral vision. They said the damage had been progressing for years. They said that if I had used the drops consistently, things could have been slowed, maybe even prevented. They said the fall was a direct result of the vision loss. They said the blindness would keep getting worse unless treatment started immediately. And just like that, the world I took for granted began slipping through my fingers. Recovery from the hip fracture was excruciating. Every movement felt impossible. I needed help sitting, standing, even shifting in bed. The pain was constant, sharp, reminding me with every breath of the price of my denial. But the worst pain wasn't physical. It was knowing that the fall that shattered my hip was caused by the eyesight I ignored. It was knowing that the independence I prided myself on was gone for reasons that could have been prevented. Melissa came every day. She held my hand, helped me eat, helped me bathe, helped me navigate the dull blur my world had become. One night as she helped me adjust in bed, I whispered, "I'm so sorry." She squeezed my hand tightly. "Mom, you didn't know, but I did. Deep down, I always knew something was wrong. I just chose not to see it, literally and figuratively." The blindness progressed faster than I was prepared for. Within months, half the world was gone. I couldn't see steps, couldn't see corners, couldn't see people standing beside me unless I turned my head fully. Everything on the edges disappeared. Plants, chairs, pets, shadows. The world became a tunnel. Now lying here again after another small fall hooked to machines wearing an oxygen tube, I think about every moment I dismissed as just aging. Every time I waved away Melissa's concern. Every time I skipped an eye drop or postponed an appointment. Every second I believed I was fine. If someone were listening, someone like me who thinks cloudy vision is normal, who avoids eye exams, who uses readers from the dollar store instead of seeing a doctor, I'd tell her this vision doesn't disappear all at once. It fades 1 inch at a time, and once it's gone, it doesn't come back. If I could go back, I'd use the drops every night. I'd never skip an appointment. I'd pay attention the first time something felt off. I'd admit I needed help. I'd choose embarrassment over blindness. I'd choose treatment over pride. I'd choose vision over denial. But I can't go back. I can only sit in the dimness that I helped create and hope someone else hears what I ignored. Your eyes whisper long before they go silent. Listen to them now, before the world you love slips quietly into darkness.